Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 3 of Civilization 5 as Korea. Still trying to beat this Emperor difficulty mode. We have managed to get our second city up and running, which is in a really nice spot. Doesn't have an awful lot at the moment, apart from the Serra di Potosi, which is going to give us a lot of gold in the long run. But it is within reach of even more cocoa. There is horses, there's stone, there's cotton, and there's marble. So we are going to get at least... well, we're definitely going to get two unique luxury resources from this site, and also there's 6 iron there as well, so this is actually quite a good spot. Now, one thing I have been thinking about is since France decided to settle its second city relatively close to the Inca, it might be a good idea to try and get these two guys to go to war as early as possible. The Incas tend to be one of those nations that do tend to snowball out of control on higher difficulty levels, and with Napoleon and his usual bouts of batshit craziness and backstabbery, it might be a good idea to get these two fighting. It's always generally a good idea to try and get the AI fighting each other for two main reasons. First of all, if they're fighting each other, they're not fighting you. And secondly, fighting each other makes it slow down their expansion and progression, because they have to put a lot of their production into building their military units. So... yes, the AI does get a bonus to its production. Both AIs do. It's going to be the same for both of them. But they're both basically going to be throwing units at each other and just throwing away all of their production. Also, it could end up meaning they get workers stolen and they get settlers killed and they get improvements pillaged, all things that will slow them down in the long run. Now, there are a couple of negatives to actually getting the AIs to fight each other. First of all, you might end up with one AI that does particularly well in a war and just ends up taking over the other one, and then instead of having two medium difficulty AI, you end up with one big stonking super AI. The other problem, of course, with forcing them into early wars is they tend to beeline a lot of their military tech, and they also tend to mass armies. So if you keep getting an AI to go to war with somebody, there's a very good chance they're just going to end up with a lot of units and probably higher tech level than yours. That said, we are still going to try and get them fighting each other as soon as we can. So let's go on to the next turn. The Incas are already upset that I settled near them. I'm going to apologise. I don't know why he's that annoyed. I mean, it wasn't that close. Embassy with France. I'm going to say yes. Don't really mind him knowing where my capital is, because I think he's a little bit too far away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 tiles away from Cusco. I think if it had been 8 tiles, he probably wouldn't have said anything. But regardless, our borders, I mean, 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3. Our borders aren't even going to touch for a while. So I think he's being a little bit unreasonable there. But I fully expected that to happen, so I don't mind it too much. Might as well leave this spearman there. May well go and build another military unit. I think we're going to have to. We are quite short on military units. We should probably get out a couple of archers. And there's not much we can do here apart from hit next turn and next turn. Now, one thing with Korea is they're not particularly useful in an early fight if you want to try and take on another civ. Certainly, you could... wow, you're not revealing anything from there? Weird. You could certainly go in and try and beat a civ really early. I mean, I'm talking while we still have... actually, I'm going to go north here. You could certainly try and defeat a civ while you have catapults. And we have met the Celts, okay. We might even be able to kill that brute with our scout. We have finished bronze working. What do we want to go for? Do we want to try and... the Colossus could be nice, although I'm not really all that bothered about trade. Is there anything particularly useful that we should be getting? Probably sailing. We do have a few sea resources that we could upgrade at some point. And we have finished the library over here. There's a lot of nice things we can build. Very surprised that the Great Library hasn't gone yet. We could go for the Temple of Artemis. This is not going to be a bad capital to have the additional food, but it's always a risk trying to build these wonders early on. I think for the time being we might just go and try and get a granary, because we are going to have bananas in range. Well, we're going to have 1, 2, 3. We're going to have one lot of bananas in range anyway. Do we have wheat? Not at this city. Do we have deer? No, we've got cows, so it's not the most useful thing grabbing a granary. Let's go ahead and get ourselves an archer, just so we've got a little bit more of a sizable army. It will make the AI less likely to attack us. We will need to get another settler out at some point. We're not going to be able to survive by just having 2 cities. We've already got somebody over here harassing us. I don't think we need to do anything really. We don't have any upgrades for them to pillage. I do have my own spearmen in there, so the oligarchy is helping. So yeah, back to what I was saying about Korea. Korea can potentially start a very early war while they've still got catapults, but once they get upgraded to the Hwacha, or whatever their unique unit is called, Korea, where are you? Korea. Yeah, the Hwacha. The problem with the Hwacha is it doesn't really have a bonus against cities. So as a result, you don't really want to try and siege cities when you've got that. And it replaces the trebuchet. So during the time on the tech tree where trebuchets become important, Korea are really, really weak when it comes to trying to take on other civilizations. So you either need to try and take a city while you've still got catapults, or wait until you get cannons. Let us go up and just scout around here a little more. There's another city-state there. We might as well attempt to find them. Got some border growth as well. We're only getting 1 faith per turn at the moment, which means 266 turns until a great profit, which is an awfully long time. We have found another barbarian camp, but I do want to grab Ivy there. So we might need to back up away from them a little bit. They are a religious city-state, and they want some culture growth as their mission. Embassy with Persia? I don't see any reason why not. You're probably going to get shot at by those archers, but that's not too much of a problem. I think we might just head back south and just recover. Yeah, you've just taken quite a bit of a beating there. So let's get you down here out of the way. Borders of Busan have grown, which is really nice. So we're already moving towards the fish. Let's go on to the next turn. We do definitely need to get another worker out as soon as possible. 3rd in score. Wow, look at the top score. That is an absolute... Oh, that's gold. I was going to say, if that's score, wow, somebody's doing well. I wonder if Venice is in this game, because that's an awful lot of gold. Let's get you up on this hill where you've got better vision, better defense, and you can heal up. We have finished our archer down here. I'm almost tempted at this point to say, let's go and grab that next settler. But we don't have an awful lot of happiness, which is not great either. Let's get another worker out. The reason I say another worker is because then we can start upgrading things like the cocoa. We can trade some with another civilization, get a little bit of additional happiness, and then we've got a potential for settling our 3rd city. And that's something that I am going to have to put a bit of thought into. We could try and grab one over here. That would give us Srapada. Of course, that is only... It'll give us a bit of happiness. We'd get some more iron. There isn't really any unique luxuries down here. We'd be able to grab some more marble and some more cocoa, but there's plenty of that around. That said, there isn't really a lot of unique luxuries anywhere. And it does seem like... I mean, we could probably grab one on the northern side here. And we could probably grab something down here, possibly to grab the crab. But I don't think that is a terrible spot. Yes, there's a lot of desert, and desert tiles are pretty crappy. That is one of the main problems. What's the yield button? Yeah, so there isn't really an awful lot there, and though there'd be some decent production, and there is a floodplains wheat which we could potentially use. Don't have to worry about it just yet though, because we haven't even got the settler yet. We'll probably want one up here at some point. I'm almost tempted to drop one in on top. There's a lot of horses. I'm almost tempted to drop a city in here on top of either the horses or the bananas, just so that we've got a canal city through this piece of land. That might not be a terrible idea. It would be a shame to give up the bananas, but it would also be a shame to give up the horses. We can't grab this one because it's too close to Busan, and we can't grab this one because it's too close to Seoul. So it would have to be one of those two. But that's certainly something worth keeping in mind. So Pachacuti's already entered the classical era, not surprising. We also need to get a caravan out as well. I'm not sure who we're going to be able to trade with. See, there we go, we've got sailing. We've still got some more annoying barbarians around. We may well have to go and take out that barbarian camp. I did leave it there originally just because I thought it might slow the Incans' progress to the south, which it probably is doing. What do we want to go for now is the question. I guess we could go for... Do we really need to get lighthouses yet? I guess we do want to be able to embark, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's go on to the next turn. Right, okay, now, obviously I wasn't keeping my eye on Busan because its population has grown, but it's gone on to the wrong tile, and as a result, it isn't actually growing. Although it is working on Ceratodeposi and giving me a load of money. So we've got the wheat locked. You should probably work the double food tile for now. It is going to be slow production, but we'll get a worker over there at some point. You have got the cocoa, which is really nice. What we should probably do is come down here, grab the stone, and grab the other cocoa. Don't really have anything that I can sell right now. You guys can just sit in there. I think you're fine. In fact, I might send you out on the next turn, and we'll go and have a bit of an investigation around that barbarian camp. And speaking of next turn, there it is. So we will get marble from here, and we will get cotton as well, which is always good. Unit needing orders. You are going to build a quarry. That's going to take 11 turns. Quite lengthy. Why is that going to take so long? Thought there might have been a marsh or something there, but nope, there isn't. Have we met somebody else? Embassy with the Celts. That's fine. They're actually quite a good distance over there to the west. Unit needs orders. You are going to go up here. Doesn't appear to be too much to worry about. I'm sure we can finish those off. Where's our scout? How's it? Oh, you've decided to settle right there, have you? Well, I'm going to move around you before these borders expand and sort of block me from heading south. This could also quite possibly end up being a fight between Persia and France as well. So this could certainly be interesting. Seoul has grown. What are we working? You've gone on to the cocoa. That's not a bad tile. It's definitely not a bad tile. So you carry on working that. I think we're working all the good tiles there. 22 turns until we grow. That's a little bit slow. Let's go and work a better food tile. We are going to need to get 15 turns. That's slightly better. We are going to need to get some farms and stuff up and running. You're going to try and kill these guys. Shouldn't be that difficult. I don't know why we weren't doing all that much damage there. So it's just desert. It's not a hill. And we do have, well, I suppose we have double drill, not shock. So that's probably why it wasn't a huge deal of damage. We'll wipe that out anyway. See Pachacuti down there is building a wonder. I can never remember which one that is. It's not the pyramids, I don't think. Or is it the pyramids? It might be the pyramids. Looks like he's building the pyramids. If we go on to diplomacy... and we have a look at global politics. Oh, he's actually... yeah, he does have liberty. So most of them have gone tradition. So, yeah, it's quite possible that he's just building the pyramids there. Not bothered about that in the slightest. Let's keep attacking these guys. Try and find the right zoom level. Oh, we've got another ship quite close by. Should be able to take that out easily. Could have done that with my archers, probably. Would have been a slightly better idea. You can just stay on alert, because you don't really need to do an awful lot. And let's go on to the next turn. Ah, yes, we need you guys to carry on scouting around. See if we can find these other AIs. Give us the best chance possible of getting our tech up quickly. It's very unlikely that we're going to find any more ancient ruins, but we might. We've got some spices down there. Ah, they've now spawned hand axes. That's a little bit problematic. I'm just going to fortify here because they may go off and bug the Incans. Or they might just come over here. Now, they are a ranged unit, but they only have a range of 1. So they'll actually have to move on to an adjacent tile to attack me anyway. Let's keep looking down here and see what we might find. It could just end up being 2 big islands. I assume that the Celts are on the same piece of land that we are, because they managed to get a scout here. There is another city-state. Hopefully we've got the advanced vision. Maybe we can get close enough to actually reveal them. Unknown civilization who started worshipping a pantheon of gods. So, God of the Open Sky, +1 culture from pastures. Can we get close enough to trigger that? No, we can't. We'll get onto that one, although it's still 3 tiles away, so it probably won't make any difference. So we might have to start heading up back towards the Celts. We've got another ship here. Might be able to actually finish this guy off with the archers, get them some free XP. There we go, very nice. On to the next turn. Okay, there's our worker. He's going to get his way up to the other city. Now, at some point as well, we will have to build roads. Or we could try and wait until harbours. It's going to be quite a long road, unless we do build another city up here. Which is why I'm very, very tempted to put a city on here where the bananas were, or are. It sucks to actually have to lose the bananas. But the horses are probably slightly more valuable, because we can trade them. And, of course, we do have fish. We will have cattle. There will be other bananas within reach, so I think that might be city number 3. I don't think this is going to get settled too quickly, so I think this is going to be city number 3. So shame that wheat, 1, 2, 3. Oh no, this wheat is within range, so we can actually go and upgrade that, which we will do. So, what do I want to build over here now? Do I want to try and get some ships? It's probably not a bad idea to have a trireme, but I think we're going to get another settler out. Let's try and get our 3rd city up and running. So, I think we're going to head back with you. Try and get you up and over to the west a little bit more. Our archer can just go back on to alert. And it looks like we've got somebody coming in there. So we've discovered optics. We are in the classical era. Now these guys can't get to my workers. In fact, how many turns have you got left to do? You have 2 turns. We'll leave you guys there. Can we actually make you produce that any quicker? If we untick one of the food tiles and get you working the production tile, 12 turns from 15 turns. That's quite significant. Still 12 turns. Still 12 turns. I think 12 turns is probably about the best that we're going to get. We could buy this mine, but I think we'll just leave it like that for the time being. Choose research. Okay. Let's go for trapping, because we do definitely have some horses, so we could get a circus and get some additional happiness. We need to get around you, because you're an absolute pain. We can probably finish attacking these guys now, because we're pretty much fully healed. Won't take them out on this turn, but we'll get them on the next. A lot of iron around here. And I'm glad that my borders are actually spreading north now as well. Do need to get a fair bit of population here, just so that we can work all of the tiles that we want. Okay, so I'm going to shoot at these guys from here. We are going to also shoot at you from here. Now, my workers are in a little bit of a tough spot there, so I'm going to bring them back to the city. Let's finish you off. Still got that Handex around. Not too sure where he went. Might be up there hassling the Incans. We can always hope. Darius has completed the Great Library. I know the AI normally like to go for that really early on. Luckily, that's not finished yet, so they can't pillage it. Will that kill them off? Didn't quite kill them, which I'm actually glad about, because now that means that my archer can get some more XP. Also means that my worker can go back over there and finish that mine. That should be done. And then I think we'll actually get them to go and do the wheat, which will probably be slightly more useful. We can also get a farm on this floodplain. Then we'll go ahead and grab the other source of cocoa. Seems like the right thing to do. So let's carry on working our way north. We're actually going to get into a little bit of a situation now, because I need to either get open borders with France or with Persia to get through their territory there. Oh, looks like we have another ancient ruin up here. Well, we shall definitely go and grab that. Also means he's providing a little bit of zone of control just to stop those guys coming down towards my workers. They may attack, and in fact they are doing. They're not going to do a lot of damage to me, but I definitely want to grab that. And we get some free population. Brilliant. Also some wine up there as well. So what are we going to do with you? Let's just move you up as much as we can. Unit needs orders. You've done that. You're going to move down to the wheat. Obviously, you had to cross the river, which is a little bit of a pain. There's probably another barbarian camp down there, actually. I'm quite convinced that one has respawned. I might go and take a little bit of a look with my archer and see what I can find. You guys definitely need to build a farm on the wheat there. Pachacuti has completed the pyramids. Well, that's what we were expecting. We saw him building it. Now, these guys might take a little bit of damage if I don't get out of there. They can do some serious damage to the archers, though. I mean, these are on hills, so we are fighting in rough terrain, and we do have double drill. Didn't quite finish them off, but no, we should be good there. Unless something weird happens. Adopt a policy. Let us go ahead and get monarchy. We're not building any wonders at the moment. That puts us up from 7 to 10 on happiness, which is going to be useful later. Now then, can I get open borders with Persia? No, because neither of us have civil service yet, of course. And I doubt France has either. No, neither of us have civil service. So we need to wait for civil service, and then we can try and get through, which is a little bit of a pain. Isn't really an awful lot else that guy can do at the moment. So let's go out with you and see if we can find where that barbarian camp is. Try and keep our workers safe. You're going to construct a farm. 10 turns, but it'll be worth it. And we've gone up to 3 population. We're actually stagnating again here because you are working Serra Potosi. So we want you working 23 turns and 7 turns for the library. Or 12 turns and 9 turns for the library. Let's do it that way around. So you're going to construct a farm there. Also 10 turns. Boudica has entered the classical era. Well, it was pretty obvious that Archer was going to attack. We should be able to finish him off. I think you guys can just heal up. They may actually get stuck if the borders expand in the right direction. They may pop out on the other side. So keeping them there next to the border is probably not a bad idea. Let's go in there and finish that guy off. And we'll heal up for a little bit. And we'll look over here. There may be some ancient ruins. Given the fact that there was already one there, doesn't look like the AI's done too much exploration over in that direction. But that's pretty much all we can do on that turn. So I think that's probably going to be a good place to end the video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Civilization 5, and I will see you on the next video. Until then, goodbye for now.